Hi, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. Nice to see you. So we're going to talk to Elvis today. And he came in. He's got, looks like two, could be three set of drums, but they're not. First he did show kind of like a drum just in front of him like this, but they're more like, oh man, I don't know what the name of them are. They're more like they're big tall drums that would sit on the floor in front of you, and then I call them big bongos. I hope that's not offensive to somebody. They're kind of like that. You use your hands on them, and he's really really getting into the music and the beat and the he oh, I'm sorry, I should have started this out with I hear, see, feel, know, sense, smell, very little times I taste. I get things in pictures that I have to describe. I call it spiritual charades. I hated charades as a kid. I have to describe the picture they show. They do this a lot. So hopefully you understand that I explain enough. You understand what he means. They talk to me a lot. So names I don't get very well, exact names. So if I say a name, I might have to think outside the box a little bit on names. I don't try to make things fit. He's saying you're right. You're right on what you're thinking. You're right. He says you're right, and then he's standing over here to my right. Good grief. I don't know if it's the neighbors or what just banged out there. I hope it's not a wreck. Sorry. That was distracting. And he was over here, and then he kind of came around over here, and he threw his arms out. He says, "Tell her she's right. She's right. She knows in her gut." Tell her I love her. I love her beyond. I can't catch the last word. I love her beyond. He's showing me a mountain. Show me mountains that are kind of far away, but I can't catch the last word. I love you beyond, and then he shows me a mountain range. He says you've heard him. You heard him, but you didn't hear exact words. You heard him when you were sitting in the living room, watching TV. You know how your mind just kind of goes blank sometimes, it's like you're just spacing out, you're not really watching TV. And that's actually when they can get to you easier because I don't know, your mind's a little more accessible. Say, I don't, that's not the right words, I'm sorry. It was quiet time and nobody was there. There's a recliner type chair in your living room. He's shown a lamp on the table next to it. This lamp, he's trying to shake it. He's trying to shake this lamp and make it rattle. So you probably won't see the lamp shake. I'm going to say positively you won't see it. The way it usually happens is you see it out of your corner of your eye, or you hear it when your back is turned. I don't know why it happens that way, but it does. Or just as you leave the room, then that will happen. So wherever this lamp is, shake it just a little bit and see what that sound is. So you'll know when you hear it, you know, like after you leave the room to turn your back or whatever. Something on the TV. Still showing me the TV. Get across to me exactly what it is on the TV that you need to pay attention to. Something on the TV. It looks like the TV's gonna the picture's gonna fade out, fade back in, or the TV's gonna turn off, turn back on. You're gonna have some kind of problem with the TV. Electronics are a lot easier for them to use their energy on. Chimes. Chimes, not the kind you can probably hear mine right now because the wind's blowing pretty good. Not those kind of chimes, not wind chimes. Bigger chimes, like church chimes. He's showing some really, really green grass. And he's on his side and he's laying on it. This hand up on his head up on his hand. He said he enjoyed being with her, so he enjoyed being there. So whether this is your backyard, someplace he liked to kick back and relax. Yeah, he's showing a big wooden chair. Now there's a name for him. We need the names today. Big wooden chair with the big wooden slats in the back of it. He's showing himself all kicked back. He's got some kind of a drink in his hand. And he's waiting for you to come outside. He mentions a marionette, which I take it as a puppet. He says, let's rock and roll. Ours was the best. He's showing himself wrapping his arms around little girls, but I can't. It's like he's wrapping his arm around two little girls, and then there's an empty spot. It's like 1, 2, and an empty spot where his arms are wrapped. I've never seen that before, so I don't know what that is. He mentions cars. He liked cars a lot. And he's talking about buying and selling, buying and selling. So did he like to get a different car frequently? Or he was in the car business at some point. Now he's showing himself out polishing a car. And it's a much older car. It's a car like from in the 50s. He may not have owned this car, but he admired this car, or he wanted one like it. He says something about a banger. Hang on, he's moving. See what he's going to show now. I let them run the show. They know what to do best. They know what we need to hear or need to know. And again, he's saying, you're right, you're right, you're right. Us women are always right, aren't we? We're right about everything. He mentions the seashore. He's just throwing out random words. I just let him do what he should know how to do best. There were fresh flowers put somewhere for him, so if he has a grave, that's where these would be from. They're placed somewhere in his honor, and he shows himself picking it up. It's like a little bouquet. He's picking it up and smelling them, and he's loving them. He's grateful for them. And he cherishes the person that brought these to him. He's showing a birthday cake, and he's showing young girls around the birthday cake. So some young girl, very young, that just recently or is about to have a birthday. And he's acknowledging he was either there or he's going to be there. He's not showing me whether it's past or present. But he wants you to know that he was or is going to be there. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's showing me yet. Hang on. He's got a very large lollipop. Big, round, multiple colors on it. That he's licking this lollipop. He said there's somebody with him, or that met him. Now remember, I stink at names. I don't know why, but I heard Charmaine. So, if nothing else, it's a female with a CH name. That's what they tend to do that a lot of times where they'll give me a name and I don't know why that doesn't fit, but the beginning initials will match. I started, all the guys were George from Texas. I don't know. I can get all the other information. He's showing you back sitting in this chair, and he strokes your hair. And now he's on your right side, and he's stroking your hair like this. So it's not going to feel like a physical hand doing it. And it feels different to different people. It could feel like all of a sudden you get a great warmth over here. It could feel like tingling. It could feel like bugs, like head lice or something that just all of a sudden but it's energy. It's energy, so it's going to feel different than a physical hand. And right now they're giving, usually when I ask, they give me the itchy feeling, so you're probably going to get that itchy feeling, which our heads itch every so often, but it's going to be different. It's if they get close enough when they do this, that side will be warm, your ear will be warm. He says to take your glasses off and see things for what they really are. I don't know that you wear glasses, but I think it's kind of a metaphor type thing. He says you're not seeing clearly, but you know about her. He's leading me to believe that he died from something in the chest area. It's like he frequently goes into these little girls' rooms after they're asleep and he checks on them. One of them has heard like a chair scooting, like not a, it's not, he's not making it sound like a thump, but it's more like something moved in the room. And he didn't mean to scare her, trying to get her attention, trying to figure out a way to let her know that he's there. She hid under the covers. And even if he's showing these girls as being this young, doesn't mean they're physically this young. I'm not getting a feel of their real age at this point. But this is when he felt all warm and cozy with them. He says there's some place you're thinking about getting away for just a little bit. He says you need to. He wants you to. He will be there. He will let you know that he's there. Now he's showing, looks like kind of a carnival with a Ferris wheel and all that kind of stuff, but it looks like it's on a beach. What he's showing me looks like the only beach I've ever been to is Galveston, Texas, where they have the pier, the big Ferris wheel and all the rides and stuff out on that. So I'm not saying it's there. That's just, he's referring to something that I know. He says you need your time. Feels like a very confident person, a very strong, but he also has a heart of mush that he kind of used to hide. Hair. He's talking about hair. Don't know why. Something about a cloud that you saw, or you're going to see, but I feel like you already saw it, that looked like a heart. I think he's trying to just give you, most of them, I believe when mediums and all they do is validate it. Oh, look, give you this little evidence. I believe that they're patting themselves on the back. I don't like to do that, but he seemed to wanting to try to make it very clear to you. He's doing a lot of that instead of talking because he wants you to know that he's there. He wants you to know he's still around. He wants you to know that these things have been sent to you. And he's throwing out a lot of words, crisscross. He's showing an older man with him. He has on a hat, not a ball cap, but a dressier hat. Older. Feels more like a grandfather. Looks similar to him, but a little fuller faced. Skin's a little darker, a little more wrinkly. More weather beaten is what it looks like. Got a cane in his hand, dressed nicely. And he worships this man. This man seems to be very much in charge. Very much the man in charge. And demanded a lot of respect. Now he's showing a cat, a black, looks like a black and white cat. Somebody had this cat, even if it wasn't you guys, and he wants them to know that he has this cat with him. I believe the cat came in with the older man. I asked them to try not to bring things through that needs to be things that you know about. So hopefully that resonates with you. He said he used to sway his hips like the real Elvis and sing into a microphone. Did he do karaoke? He's kind of being comical as he's doing it. He's exaggerating the hips, like being funny. He said, as far as the bank situation, it will be okay. It's going to work out. It will be okay. Don't stress about it as much. It will be okay. It's all going to work out. And then he actually picks up the edge of a rug and he sweeps some dirt under the rug, puts the rug back down. So whatever that is, it's going to be swept under the rug. He mentions chairs. CHAIR. A lot of cryptic words. He's not explaining what all these words are, so I hope they resonate with you. And he said, don't forget somewhere over the rainbow. And he actually shows me a rainbow. So this is going to be, a rainbow will be another one of your signs. So you'll start seeing rainbows, real ones, magazines, TV, computer. You'll just, billboards, bumper stickers. You'll start seeing them everywhere. And when you get these signs, say, I see it, I acknowledge it, thank you, I love you, bring me more. Once they know that you are noticing things as the signs they're trying to send you, then they will send you more. It's trying to get your attention. He said also, and it looks like the living room, it's like scratching on the wall, scratching. Sometimes they do some things that could sound creepy, that could scare people, but just trying to get your attention. So it's like somebody runs their fingernails kind of down the wall. And tap. So when you hear this, acknowledge it. He's mentioning an orange, and then he said Orange County. Orange. He holds up an orange and he takes a bite of it, but he also said Orange County. He says you need to shift perspectives. Shift perspectives. Something you're looking at, you need to shift your perspective. Brown sugar. Giving me a lot of words that are not going together with anything. I mean, he's just giving me these words. Most of the time, all I get is pictures. He He says I'm not listening to him. Okay, let's get to talking. He says he loves you more than life itself. He would have taken a bullet for you. It did not hurt when I left. And now he's showing he's got happy feet. He just dancing. Jumping all over the place. Nothing, no rhyme or reason to it. He said he could be cool and suave and debonair on the dance floor if he wanted to. He's showing somebody with like I think it's a tiara. I can't, first it almost looked like it was going to be a headband, but then it turned more like this way, like a tiara. I mean, he says he's the king too. Tell Mom I say hi. Tell Mom I pop in on her. Mentions a Christopher. If Christopher's not exact, then it's a man with a CH name. So we're into the CHs. You're going to feel him tickle the bottom of your foot too. He says he's going to make damn sure you know that he's there and that you can call on him. So he's mentioned several things that he's doing, trying to let you know he's there. And one of these girls, he has whispered in their ear too, but it's more, he's making it look like they were asleep. Oh, and that one had a dream about him. That one had a dream about him, thought she heard him. It wasn't a dream, it was a visitation. Visitations are different than dreams. They're like they come across like a dream, but dreams you forget 30 seconds after you wake up. Visitations, you can remember every color, every smell. They don't happen very often. I think it takes a lot of their energy or something to do those. But mine was, I had a visitation 7 years ago, and I can still remember every detail. Dreams you can't remember. Not like that. Now he's showing a dog on a leash, and it looks kind of brown or brindle with some white on its face. And I can't, it's not a little dog, it's not a big dog. It looks almost like a bulldog. I can see it clearly, but I can't distinguish what kind of dog it is. It's either an English bulldog or pit bull type. Short skin, pulling at the leash really hard, kind of big, chunky face and neck. But the position that he's showing me, I can't tell exactly. So he's acknowledging this dog. He wants you to make some tamales, I believe he said. Ooh, make me some too. I haven't had any homemade one of those in a long time. Now he's kneeling down in front of you. Um, he's kneeling down in front of you on one knee, and he's opening a ring box. And he said if he had it to do all over again, he would ask you to marry him again. Through all of our ups and downs, I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. I feel like he's drawing my attention over here for some reason, but I don't see anything. He's not saying anything, but he's got a whole bunch of tarot cards, oracle cards sitting over this way, and he's standing over there by them, but he's not. I thought I saw one of them move. He's not saying why. There's another male about his age with him too, but he's not really showing himself. This is all about your husband. But for some reason, he wants you to know that this other guy about his age, you don't feel a relationship with him, so it might just be one of his buddies. He wants you to go outside and breathe. He's shown himself back in this yard again. And he wants you to come out, sit, and hang out with him. And breathe. And look at the stars. And the moon. And he's showing a shooting star or comet. Probably a shooting star that just kind of. Don't forget that I love you and I will still take care of you. I am happy with what you're doing. I have no problems with the way you're handling things. I am satisfied with the way that it's going now. You have an older female mom type figure that has been good support for you. Don't forget I love you. And then he blows you a kiss and he's like, he's taking off. Usually they walk away and just kind of, he's kind of a little different reading. He's done it a little different. And like I said, I let them do it their own way. They know best. They know what style to do. They know what you need to hear. He says, don't forget the promise. Don't forget. And with that, he's gone. Yeah, he just kind of left. So I hope you got some validations. I hope you understood that he threw out a lot of words, like a little different. So hopefully those have meanings for you. And don't forget you're going to feel him stroking your hair, spraying your ear, which a lot of them have been doing lately. A lot of them. I think they do it a lot more than people realize. And I can hear him shout back from way out there, I love you. So we're going to let him go with that. Let me know. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. Much love to you.